Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of this thing. This, what's it called? Minecraft with Sparks? I've completely forgotten what the series is called. Hang on. Sparks plays Minecraft. There we go. Oh god, that was embarrassing. Alright, first things first. These guys have been annoying me so much. Is it weakness or apple first? I think it's weakness first. Looks like it's either doesn't matter or it's all good. I caught these two guys, and you know, they were trying to get at that guy there. We'll see what we get them. I wasn't really planning on healing them yet, but they're just so annoying. That noise just grinds into your mind and soul. It's just horrible after a while. It used to scare me when I first started playing Minecraft. Anyway, I did a roof. Look at it! Look at it! There's a roof now! It's crazy that this finally has a roof. Today, by the way, we are going to be finishing that redstone. We're going to get this power plant operational. We have so much rotten flesh. So much rotten flesh. I haven't done the very far end of this yet. These are supposed to be like chimneys sort of thing. So they're going to go up a little bit higher into a sort of spiry peak, but the rest has been done. It's just a very simple half slab job, really, and it's all good. I'm feeling all right. Thank you for asking, by the way. I've had a headache and a sore throat for the last 2 days, but I'm feeling better today. Just a light cough, which hopefully won't affect things too much. I'm going to jump around a little bit now. First of all, let's go over to the main hub to take a look at this. We have mail and a sign, and it says, "Did you notice the nether tree is full of glowstone?" I've been saving picking these up until I was recording, but we've got 9 glowstone, and if we go into the hub, you can see that it's true. Andrekan has very kindly placed a ton of glowstone in this. Oh my god, the frame rate there. I'm sorry. Yeah, loads of glowstone in the ceiling. It looks fantastic. Oh, it's getting there. I've got a bit more glowstone myself, which I might try and add to that. We've got quite a big pocket there, and it's kind of getting to what I need. If people don't remember, this is just a walkway, this netherrack. It's just temporary. Yeah, very good. So that's, I wanted to show that. We really need to get this nether tree done. I'm going to try and get Aerophyte to send me the creative world where we initially built this tree, so I can try and finish it, because this tree it's not done. It's supposed to look a lot better than that. X-Red Demon 27 helped us a lot with that. But I digress. We're now going to jump over to one of my creative worlds to look at this. This is the potential solution to the flesh distribution system. I was playing around with it quite a bit in well, that's a loud plane. Playing around a bit in a creative because it's been bugging me for a while, and I thought it'd be easier to show it to you in creative. So the stuff with the brick down here is what we currently have. So these are the rotten flesh dispensers, which carry the rotten flesh fuel for our power plant, and this is the system which activates them and stuff. You know, it's old hat. You can watch the earlier episodes if you want to know how it works. So anything in the brick is old stuff, and this is just the side wall. So I knew how much space I had. I couldn't go past that. And the stuff in the quartz is the new distribution system. As you know, we currently have a minecart that rolls back and forth. A hopper minecart that distributes the flesh through there, but it's not a very even distribution. So this system here will hopefully fix that. Oh dear, the phone is ringing. Bloody home phones. I don't know why I have one. It's never for me. So, as I was saying, sorry about the interruption there, we have this. This is our flesh distribution system. So as we know, we have these 8 hoppers, dispensers down here are our furnaces for the power plant, and we have 1 or more of them on depending on how much power we want coming from the plant. And every now and again, a timer will power them all, and they'll spit a bit of flesh out onto the floor where it'll despawn, and so we're effectively burning the rotten flesh as fuel. And before we had a minecart running left and right along here, a hopper minecart, dispensing flesh down into these furnaces so that they'd all get some, but it wasn't really distributing them very evenly at all, and we were wasting a lot of flesh. Like, it wouldn't distribute to this one here, until this one and the hopper above it were completely full, which is quite a lot of flesh when you reach the end. So I wanted something that did a bit distributed a bit more evenly, and I came up with this. So it's fairly simple. This top line here is where our rotten flesh goes in. I've been using redstone for this particular instance. I'll just show you how it works. Basically, this is a single cross section. So we've got a dropper here. It's got 32 dust in, and it's currently giving out a signal strength of 1. Now, if we put some redstone in there, you'll see that as this fills up, it eventually reaches a signal strength of 2, and that powers this item hopper and stops any more redstone from flowing through it. So it basically locks it, and we've got this in a sort of modular sense here. So this first one here, when it fills up, it'll lock it. So any redstone we have sitting in here will then continue on and go down and fill this one up. And when that one's full, it'll turn on, and you can see it happening here. 1 second. So it started back over here. Now it's just emptied. So that one's full. Then that one's full. You can see it slowly turn on. That one's full. That one's full. And each time one fills up, it basically passes the flesh onto the next one. You can see it, only a few pieces of flesh go into each one before it moves on to the next one. And then finally, you saw it happen there, this output turns on. And what that does is, firstly, it turns this torch off. And that unpowers all of these blocks here, which depowers this item hopper here and pulls the remaining redstone out of the dropper and down into the actual furnace. So we only get a few things going at any one point in time, and I think that works fairly well. We've constantly got about 30-40 pieces of flesh wasted in this system, but it's a lot less than 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stacks of flesh before the next one can start to fill. So I think we're going to go with this. It's a fairly simple system, I think, and it works fairly well. So I reckon I'm happy with that, to be honest. Excellent. So all we need to do now is build that on top here. There should be room. I will be right back. Alright, I've added it. I can't believe we built this. This is looking kind of crazy, to be honest. And it takes a bit of parkour to get around. So the input for the flesh is now that bit up there. And I'm sort of thinking about some things which I'll probably mention later. So I took all the flesh out of the system while I was adding this, by the way. And we have quite a lot. Quite a lot, I think, would be a very accurate statement. Quite being, of course, a standardized unit of measurement. Oh dear, that was a bad time for a lag spike. I'm slowly dying here. Let's try and make that jump again. Whoop, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting frame rate lags a lot today. Oh, that was okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get some health potions. Hang on. Okay, let's try this again. All of it. Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of these episodes whose name I can't remember. No, I couldn't resist, sorry. So I'm back. I realised, I think the problem was that my main hard drive, which is a 120 gig solid state drive, which is quite small actually, had about 600 meg of space left on it. I think that was causing the problem. I'm actually recording to my secondary hard drive, but yeah. It seemed to be. I seem to have fixed it now. Anyway, there's 11 whole gigabytes of free space left. Now I need a new solid state drive. So anyway, as I was saying, I've set this up and I've started feeding flesh into it. You can see a lot of the power is running along here quite nicely now, and the last one is just in the process of filling up. There's 27 in there, and once it hits 42, if I start putting this flesh in here. Once it hits 42, we should see the whole system dump it out, which will happen in a moment with any luck. Wait for it. Any second now. Isn't this exciting? Come on. As soon as I go check, it'll run and we'll miss it. Has it run out of flesh? Is it broken? Okay, I'm going to check. Yeah, it's not filling up. Oh, it is filling up. What's going on? Ouch. Okay, I put a little bit of dust there. And now it seems to be doing something. I have a feeling all of this is now trying to run through. Okay, right. Well, I think I may have missed that piece of dust. It's another one of those weird update things. So now it should be working. We should see it fill up fairly quickly. Okay, that looked better. Okay, I think we're good this time. I'm gonna get some more flesh. Okay, this is much better. Look at that. Each one is filling up fairly quickly. And when it reaches the end, it should pulse a little bit. I have no idea why it needs that bit of dust. But there you go. We should now find that it's dispensing this into our furnaces down here. So we've got 56 in there, 56 in there, 56. Yeah, it seems to be 59, 61, 61. I think if I took all this out, although it might have gone to 61 because it was filling up, because these are all 61 as well now. I think they're filling equally. Oh, you can see it adding more now. I have a feeling this is now running too quickly for me to empty them all before the next load comes. 5, quick! Ah! Oh. Okay, well, this one has 5. So it looks like it's doing them 5 at a time. 2, 4, 5. Right. So now they're being evenly distributed. That's good. That's one thing sorted. We definitely need a better way to get this flesh in here than we currently have. But a lot better and a lot of progress. Huh. I've noticed a trend recently of me getting distracted by villagers while I'm building things. But as you can see, those 2 zombies have been cured now. And I haven't looked yet what trades they have. 1 emerald for 4 redstone. Okay, that's interesting. 30 paper for 1 emerald. That's nice. And that's the old guy. That horrible guy with his saddle trade. I said I wasn't going to be distracted, but I now want to make... That's not how you make paper. How do you make paper? I'm pro at this game. 30 of these for 1 of these. What do you give us now? 12 books for an emerald. That's quite a bit more expensive than 30 paper. But I can get some redstone now. I think the guy over there is offering... Is it 7 emeralds for... What does this guy want? I keep getting distracted by them, but they're so compelling. I just want to trade with them. Do you know, there are a couple of things I wanted to talk about today, but I can't remember what they were. You dead guy. Hello? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. How? You have light. You have blocked offness. Oh. Oh, come on. So a baby zombie must have made his way through that little gap there. That sucks. Oh, well. Oh, look. He's making for him. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I've probably shot them now, haven't I? No, they look okay. Jeez. Right. Ooh. Ah, come on. Right, I've had enough of these guys for today. Oh, God. No! Don't you dare blow up in here. Whew. Where did he come from? I need to finish this roof. That was a close call right there. Well, guys, it's nearly working. So very nearly working. We're definitely getting this done today. So this power plant is simulating how it would be if it was on, but nothing was taking power from it. Okay, so we have one generator out of 8 running. Because it always has to have one running to be able to work out whether it needs more or not. I'm just going to run over how this works again quickly, because it's been a long time since we went through this. So the power is generated at the top here by this torch, and for every one of these droppers with a block in front of it, the power is reduced by 2. So all of these are taking away signal strength until finally back here you get your final signal strength, which is then carried out of the farm. We have, and then all around our world, you can see one of the power cables just over here. So it's just, there it is. So it basically just goes in a loop around our base, under there, and then up this spiral here. I don't know where that zombie is. He's really annoying. Oh, hang on. Right, up here. So then it finally comes back up from underground, and then out through here. And basically this bit here is comparing the output strength to the input strength. So since each farm is going to be reducing the amount of power that we have in this cable by taking power away from the cable, if we're sending out a full signal strength and we're getting nothing back, that means that we have farms are taking power, and potentially not all the farms that want power are getting it, because we're getting no signal back at all. So in that case, our output is completely off, and that turns this clock on here, and that will continuously try and turn on more generators. You can see we currently have 2 on now, and every time the clock cycles twice, it'll turn on another generator, like that, until it gets a signal strength back that is until it gets a signal strength back, which means that some of the power is making its way back. In this case, we've got more than enough power coming back. We've got 2 signal strength coming back, and that turns this torch off here, because it's creating more power than is being used. So this clock is turning generators off until the signal strength returns at 1, which means that will turn off. And that'll probably happen now. There we go. Is that zombie going to find me? Here I'm walking around. And it's basically just going to stay in its equilibrium state now, because it's sending one generator's worth of power out and getting 1 back, which means none of it is being used, and it's not creating an excess. So the generator will only create, it's kind of difficult to explain. I hope I'm making this clear. Start off, oh god, I'm going to die soon. I need to stop jumping around so wildly, or add more ladders. We start off with 15 signal strength here, and for every one of these generators which is either off or has no flesh in it, this block comes up from that piston down there. So this generator here is on, which means that this torch over there, you just see it just on that block, that torch there is off, and this contains flesh. If both of those things are true, this block drops, and that stops it from removing 2 signal strength from this cable, and then the output runs through the floor down there. So we need to, every now and again, actually burn some of this flesh, otherwise we're not actually using this, and this whole idea is pointless, and that's what this line here is for. So we've got this redstone line, and it's always on, apart from when we want to burn some flesh, and then we turn it off briefly. So the idea here is the dispensers that are off, which are all these ones with the torch attached to them, they're already powered by this bottom line, whereas this one here is not powered. So when we depower the dispensers and then power them again, any that were on or have this torch turned off will spit out some flesh. So in this case, just that one. But if we got it to turn more generators on, they would all spit out flesh. So that way we're only burning fuel if we need to. I hope that was clear. I'm sorry if that was boring to listen to. All we need now is to make a timer, which is very easy on the end here, to pulse that off every now and again to burn some flesh, and have a way of turning this on and off so that if we have nothing attached to the farm, as we currently is the case, we're not burning flesh, just keeping that one pilot generator on. So I'll just get that clock set up. Alright, that's our clock set up. Now, I'm really not sure how often I want this to trigger, so I'm just going to fill it up to the full. So it probably will take quite a while to burn some flesh. People could probably work it out. There's 5 stacks of items in there, and I believe one item takes 0.3 seconds to travel through. I don't know, there's probably some maths you can do to work out how long until it flips. Bearing in mind it has to go this way and then this way again for it to actually, that's a good point. If it's we need to add a pulse generator to this, because like a one-time pulse thing, because if it's over here for ages, then these generators are going to be unpowered from this top line, and if one of these torches turn on, it'll spit out flesh even though it's not meant to. So I should probably add one of they. However, I have thought, you know, these 2 buttons are just taking so much damage today. These 2 on-off buttons here. I thought of a really cool way that we can make this really small as an on-off switch. So one there, and one there. Put an item inside. Oh, I've made a rule that any sort of any sort of counting or timing or anything like that with this project needs to use redstone dust to make it a bit more expensive. And then all we need to do with those is add a comparator and a repeater. Like, there isn't really space here for the power switch. I might put these on top. I think they can go there as well. Let's put that back. I nearly shot myself then. Oh, there it is. Right, 1. Damn it. We need it to face over here. There we go. Put our item inside, and there still isn't really room. Can I put it here? I think so. I don't think that'll interfere with anything. Oops. Put a block there. So this way, if we press the... Oh, this might be the wrong way around. We might have to switch these buttons over. If I press the red button, it'll turn the comparator on. And if I press the green button, it'll turn the comparator off. We probably want to swap those over so that it's green on that side. But, okay, so that's okay, right? And then, it's a bit of a tight squeeze here, isn't it, with the power thing? But there's not really much else where to put it. We need to strengthen that signal as well. Let's put a block there with some dust on it. Our way in is gone now. Oh, it's going to be powered by that torch. That's no good. Can't put it down here. We could put a torch here. And that actually inverts it, so now the green button will turn it on. And that torch can power that. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll run our power line along here then, I guess. There's a couple of things we need to do if we want to turn this farm off. First of all, we need to power this clock up here so that it stops switching. Secondly, we need to cut off the output power. So for instance, if we pull this block away from this comparator so that the power completely turns off going out of the farm. And finally, we need to we want it to power down. We want all of these lamps to turn off and all of the generators to stop if we shut the farm off. So we are going to tell it that it's getting too much signal. So we're going to power this block here, which will make it think that it's getting too much back, and it'll slowly turn all of its generators off. So the power button actually needs to connect to 3 things. Let me add that pulse limiter and connect that power supply up, and then we're basically done, guys. We are done with the redstone side of this power plant generally. How exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the grand turning off? Wow. Okay, so I've added that pulse limiter. Let's just look at this this off switch for a moment. There's a bit of flesh on the ground there. We're not. This is normally I'd leave the flesh, but we're still in testing, so I wouldn't consider it burnt yet. Okay, so power switch here. Power goes off, and then we've got this line running along here. Normally this is on if the power supply is on. So this is our output comparator here. This contains the signal which runs through our power cable around the world. And right now, because this block has been pulled away by this sticky piston, it can't send any of its power out to the world. So it shuts the power off instantly. Because if we didn't do that, there'd be a little bit of power being sent out from the plant while it's shutting down. But since we've turned this clock off, we would never be losing any flesh for it. So it's kind of cheaty. So I thought I'd shut the power off right away. Now this line continues along here, and one of the things it does is it inverts and it turns this torch on, and this torch has frozen all of the redstone in this clock, and that means that it won't. The clock will stop, and it will stop spitting power out. This is our pulse limiter, by the way. If I can get up here a second. Whoop. So it's a fairly simple one. I use it a lot. Sticky piston facing upwards, and when the power runs along here, the sticky piston lifts the block up, and a very short pulse is sent through here, through this torch, and that does our job for us. And then finally this output runs along here. Let's repeat here to stop it interfering, and then it just powers this line here. And that means that the power supply, the power plant, thinks that it is it's getting more power back than it's sending, so it starts using this clock here to shut off all the power supplies. So if we press the green button, the grand turning on, we should, after a short moment, that was actually a lot faster than I thought it would be, see that first power supply turn on. Fantastic. And that's basically it working. If we went out into the big wild world and decided to draw some power out of this plant, which we could do quickly, then we should see it turn on a second generator, or even more, depending on how much power we pull out of the cable. So where's a good place to interfere with this cable? Let's go down here into an accessible part. This is the bit running under the factory, and the cable is inside here. So all we need to do, and this is what a farm would be doing, is have a comparator pointing into this comparator, set this to addition mode, and then there's not really much space here. We need a dropper, and put that there, and then we put some stuff in it. So we want to take 2 away. So if we put a stack in, that'll definitely withdraw 2 signal strength from the plant, and the plant will eventually, that signal will update all the way around the cable, and the plant will realize that it's not getting any power back, because if you take 2 away from 2, you get 0, because our output there was 2, because we had 1 generator running, and each generator gives out 2 signal strength. So we should now see that it has 2 lamps on, with any luck. Oh, I see the 2 lamps. That's good news. 2 lamps on. Perfect. So it's worked out that it needs to be generating more power. And meanwhile, we now have 2 of these torches off. And if this, or when this line flickers, both of these generators will spit out some rotten flesh. Something that's really cool with this, I'm so pleased this is done now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. One of the cool things is that if this runs out of flesh, it will... Oh, there we go. See, it spat them out because it's burnt them. If that one runs out, this one will take over, if that makes sense. The power output signal thing here will be wrong, because this actually shows how many generators are trying to run, not how many generators are running. But we could potentially actually have a second bar above showing how much power is going out, and if there's a difference between the 2 bars... Wow, the frame rate! Oh my god, that's not good. Yeah, if there's a difference between the two bars, then we know there's a problem. But we're done. We can now shut this off, and you'll see that the power outputs will very slowly run back down to 0, and we will stop wasting our delicious rotten flesh. Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm very happy with this. Let me know what you think. There we go. It's fully off. Excellent, excellent. I'm so pleased that's done. We've got a roof done as well. Next episode, I'm torn. Do people think that I should finish the roof and maybe work on the interior of this a little bit? We've got those towers to finish. Or do you think we should build a farm to actually attach to this? Or do you think we should work on a storage room? Although maybe what we should do is have a storage room that's powered by this thing. That might be cool. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed making this episode. So pleased to see that power plant up and running. Alright, bye. See ya.